Hi, today we're going to be interviewing Kaza Kingsley, author of the incredible Erec Rex series. So, welcome, Kaza.
Thanks for having me on today. I'm really looking forward to talking to you. This is going to be really fun.
We actually do have a lot of fun on here. Tell us about Erec Rex.
Erec Rex is an 8-book series that was bought by Simon and Schuster,
Simon and Schuster. That's impressive.
and there's a few unusual things about him as a character. First of all, when I was looking into writing the series, one of my very first things I did was do a lot of research about mythology.
That's really interesting because our series Rowan of the Wood is also based in mythology, in Celtic mythology. Which mythology did you use particularly?
One of the stories that really struck me the most, the one that really hit home and made me really inspired to write this story, was the legend of Hercules. Hercules had to do 12 labors. Erec Rex has to do 12 quests throughout the series.
So, tell us about Eric's first quest.
He had to go to save some baby dragons, the last baby dragons in existence. And if he did not do this, it would be really a catastrophe for otherness, which is the land, the magical land where the dragons are in. So the only way that he could do this is by making a formula, like a baby formula, to feed them, well, since their mother was not in the picture. And among the many rather difficult to find things that went in it, one of them was lion skin flowers from Nemea, which is where the lion of Nemea from Hercules' first quest. So Erec had to go into this extremely dangerous place and risk his life in order to get these lion skin flowers. It was a place called the Nevervarld where there's no magic and normal people would die within an instant. And so it was really fun to take this legend and to make it mine and to make it completely different.
Our book was originally published by a small press, but we're actively looking for an agent. Do you have an agent?
Yes, I actually have a great agent. His name is Richard Curtis, who is the head of the Richard Curtis Agency.
That is so awesome. Tell us a little bit about how you found him, because there are a lot of authors out there looking for agents. So give us a little insight. Help us out there.
It's interesting. I actually started out with an entirely different agent from a different agency, Jennifer Lyons, who is at Writer's House, who loved my first book so much, but she left Writer's House and my book was just floating there for a while, not doing anything for, I mean, like a year, like a long while. So finally, I ended up going with a small press, which I actually got to have a hand in, which was really nice and fun. But at some point, I really wanted the books to be able to go further and to do better. I decided to get a new agent and see what would happen with that. And I gave Richard a buzz. He was delighted, really excited about the series. It had already sold fairly well by that point, and already had some things going on with it. It was not brand new at this point. Richard was real excited and wanted to keep taking it up to the next step, which was great. So he is the one that introduced the series to Simon and Schuster, who have been incredible. They are re-releasing the first 2 books now. They have been so much behind this series, and they've been incredible publishers.
Boy, that is a dream come true. Start out with a small press and be picked up by not only a major agency, but also a major publisher. Kudos, Kaza. You got it, girl.
I've been very happy with the process of my current agent and publisher, but I will say it's hard to get a good agent. And you should always, for listeners out there who may be interested in writing, always make sure that you check online what their practices are. As a matter of fact, you should never go with a literary agent that charges you to represent you. You should only go with one. Now, they certainly might charge you for postage, and you may have to pay them back for incidentals. That's totally normal. But never go with somebody who is going to charge you big bucks to represent you, because that's a no-no. So that's a tip.
Well, I'm going to take some of your advice. Hopefully, I'll be talking about how I found my agent here in a few months. What is the best and worst thing about life as an author?
Definitely the best thing is being able to get paid to do what I absolutely love, which is to write. I would be writing anyway because I love it so much. And to be able to do that and actually support myself uh, by writing and living within this world with my characters is an incredible experience for me. It's also been fantastic meeting some of my readers and getting to hear from them online through the website. There's a way to contact me straight through the website, and I love when I'm writing to be able to pop on and get messages from people who are reading, which has been fantastic. And there's a forum site where I've actually gotten to know some of the readers even better, which is great. Living my dream, really. Being able to go to the bookstore and see my book there. And, you know, it's apparently going into Target now. To be able to go to Target and see Erec Rex books, it's like a dream for me. I am incredibly appreciative and just, you know, am thrilled, totally thrilled about that. The only downside I could think of for me is there is stress. Like, what if? There are so many what ifs. How's the book going to sell now? What's book 3 going to sell like? What if this? What if that? What if it doesn't do well? Are they going to continue to support it? And, you know, what would happen with the series? So there is that kind of stress associated with it. But I try not to focus on that so much, and I try to go with the other part, which is so amazing to me.
What inspires you as an author?
I get inspired now, I think, a lot of times by you know, mythology, stories about the past. And I get inspired a lot by visual things. I think I'm a very visual person. One of my best places to get inspiration is on the beach, when I just, you know, see nothing in front of me but a nice, soothing, relaxing view, and I hear the waves, and you know, I can just kind of let my mind go. I am one of those authors that does not ever suffer from a lack of ideas. As a matter of fact, my problem always was that I had so many ideas that I never really, you know, was able to sit down and complete one of them, because I'd keep getting something else, you know, in my head that was even more exciting that I wanted to start. But I think it's accumulation of a lot of different input from a lot of different things.
My husband and I, you know, we're kind of new to this whole author lifestyle, and we're marketing our book throughout the country this year on our Geekalicious Grand Book Tour in, of course, the Geekalicious Gypsy Caravan, which you can see in many other videos on my YouTube channel, The Tuber Rose. So tell us, what do you do to market your book?
Um, Pretty much everything. You know, I do school visits. Um, I do bookstore signings. I've done a blog tour. Um, I will do things that I think of on my own sometimes, and then I'll do whatever anyone tells me to do. So there's a whole bunch going on. I know Simon and Schuster is making a video book trailer. You know, they're going to be taking me on a tour in the fall, and I do a lot of just traveling and school visits and signings on my own as well. So, you know, I kind of like mixing it up and doing different things.
What is your favorite book, all time favorite book, and why?
That's really hard. Um, I love so many books, and I've always loved so many books since I was a kid, that I tend to like what I've read most recently, and you always have a new favorite. So there's no one book like Gone with the Wind that did it for me, and that's it forever and ever. But recently, I have loved The Book Thief, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Foer. Foer, however that's pronounced. The White Tiger by Aviga, I think his name was. That was really good. But I don't have one that I absolutely hold up above all else and love. I just love tons and tons of different types and genres of books. Thank you so much for having me on today, and it's a pleasure to get to meet you and your listeners. And I want to let everyone know that if they have any questions or want to get in touch with me, I do answer all the messages that I get through my website. It can take a little while, but I do try to answer everyone. And good luck to all aspiring writers out there. You can do it. Definitely, if you put your heart and soul into it, you can do anything you want.